Oh snap, it's on and popping. Yeah, this took me a little bit to figure out, but it's 4:02. I'm right on time for the stream. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mikey Fresh, and welcome to Mikey's 4 a.m. night audit. And we're doing it live. We're doing it live. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing out there? I see two people. I can't see nothing about these people. They don't give me no information. I'm just, I'm dipping and dodging. I started with the Periscope Live. Unfortunately, Periscope's going away. I did a little Twitch action. That was kind of fun. It was kind of fun. It was really busy. It feels like there's a lot of energy going on Twitch overnights and stuff like that. And now I'm trying the YouTube Live. I know if you've been paying attention from the earlier episodes of Mikey's 4 a.m. night audit, you probably heard that I couldn't go live on my phone on YouTube. I'm saying this like you probably heard. Anybody that goes live on YouTube would know. You need 1,000 subscribers, all that nonsense. Boo hiss. But I'm here, baby. Got my laptop. This laptop is nicknamed Kobe. It's a big shout out to my boy D on the West Coast. D Singley, you know what I mean? He let me rock his laptop that he has like this dope Kobe decal on the back. RIP to Kobe, his family, and to the families involved, the pilot, all of that. Wow, that's crazy, huh? That's wild. Whew. Sit back and just be reminded about that, of course, because they put it on the news every 5 seconds. But what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? There's a live chat there. That's what's up. To the two people that are here, I thank you for coming in. Somebody wrote me and asked me to give my top 5 hip hop artists. So I'm just going to start off the show by just saying my top 5 hip hop artists. Now, this is dead or alive. And this is my list for right now. I reserve my right to change my list as other MCs come and go. You know what I mean? As I grow older, maybe I might look at some artists the same way or maybe a little different. But this is my list of my top 5 at the current. All right? And then this is in no particular order either. I'm just going to give it to you just straight. Big Punisher. I don't want to be a player no more. I'm not a player. I just crush a lot. You know what I'm saying? Big Punisher is one of the most underspoken about, under-referenced, under-respected hip-hop icons. I mean, he was just... Big Pun was just the man, and people should give him a lot more respect than they do. Nasir Jones. Say no more. Y'all know the deal. Nostradamus. Esco to Esco. How did he go? Nasty Nas to Esco to Escobo. Now he's Nostradamus. That's, I mean, top tier. One mic, crazy. Rewind. If you've never heard Rewind, it's one of the craziest songs of all time. Mighty Chaos. Man, I've listened to this dude since I was maybe in middle school. Man, I still have rhymes from him that I memorized in middle school. To this day that I still spit. One of the greatest hip-hop lyricists of all time. Y'all should go research him. Mighty Chaos, spelled perfectly, except chaos is spelled with a K. So it's Mighty K-A-O-S. Mighty Chaos. One of the greatest hip-hop artists of all time. I mean, it's not even like, do I look like Shannon Sharp? Does this look like Undisputed? Because it is. That's Undisputed. Slim Shady. I mean, anybody that knows me knows that that's an obvious one. Eminem. That's just, I mean, he's great. Lil Wayne. Now, people get surprised by the Lil Wayne pick. But I got to say, Lil Wayne has been doing it since he was 3 years old. It seems like. Definitely since he was the height of a 3-year-old. But he's been doing it for a long time. He played the background for a while. Then when it came time to make it his, he made it his. When it came time to bag some artists, he bagged some artists. When it came time to switch his style up, he switched his style up. You know, you got to give it to Lil Wayne. He dropping bars. And when I heard The Drought, that was one of the craziest times ever. It might have just been the age and the era that I was in, but to hear somebody just take people's famous songs and remix them, and like I would say like 85% of them were better than the originals. I swear they were. He dropped it like a Jamaican. You know what I mean? He dropped like 82 songs. It felt like 82 songs in those mixtapes. The first time I ever heard Wayne was Sports Center. And is it called Cannon? I know that was the like maybe the mixtape, but cinching and I gotta tuck the cannon. Listen close, I got duct tape and rope. Leave you missing like the old Bannons. One hand on my real ones know. And coming in at my number 6 spot for my top 5 hip hop artists of all time, Kanye West. Kanye West. I know some of you was thinking, I thought it was a top 5. It is a top 5. And Kanye West can add a 6 to a 5 if he wants to. That's how nice he is, man. That's how important he is to the game. He can add himself onto a top 5 list anytime in my hood, and he will get that respect ultimately. I mean, do the rap and the track, triple double, no assists. Who you talking to? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, y'all feeling this. I know dang well. Come on, I'm not gonna spit all the flows because it can get kind of wild. And I'm on YouTube. I don't really know what the parameters are on YouTube, like what you can say, what you can't say. I'm just getting static. So I just wanted to open it up with that. Super Bowl. Who out here watched the Super Bowl? Tom Brady won his 7th ring. I'm not gonna stay on this point for too long because y'all been seeing the Brady, sports journalism just probably force it down y'all's neck a billion times, but it's just like, god dang, man. 70%. 70% in Super Bowls, man. Max Kellerman has been saying since y'all probably see since like 2016 that Brady was a bum and he's gonna become a bum. He's gonna fall off. All this nonsense, bro. This dude just when did we start treating civilians like journalists and holding their every word that they say as like some high important thing that needs to they need to be role models? When did we start doing that to civilians, but then treating journalists like civilians? Like they just say whatever they want, whenever they want. It can have any kind of effect it has on people. They can talk trash about somebody's life. They can make up a rumor. They can essentially gossip about stuff that has nothing to do with the game at all. They're just allowed to do that. Nobody cares. People tune in because it's quote unquote entertainment. ESPN has made it like entertainment, but it's like, bro, you just called this dude a bum. He won like 3 rings since you said that. Like, shouldn't you go somewhere? And by somewhere, I mean off air. I mean, I'm not saying he should be fired. I'm not saying he should lose his job. I'm definitely not saying anybody should not get ducats and shouldn't get their bread. But there's got to be some kind of consequence for getting on national television as a sports journalist and saying, yeah, this player's a bum. And then they win 3 championships. What is the consequence to you? Do you just continue to get paid? Like, I don't know. That's just kind of weird to me. It's just weird to me too, because it's like, oh man, I don't know. Sports is weird now. It's like, when did winning not become prioritized? In my eyes, sports has nothing to do. I mean, I'm not gonna say nothing to do, but like the number one goal in sports is to win. Individual, team, it don't matter. It's a competition. We're trying to win. You go to the Olympics, you ain't trying to compete and have a good time. You're not trying to make sure that everybody feels included. You're trying to win. People going in the back, injecting themselves with human growth hormones in the halftime just to make sure that they can win. That's what sports is about. It's about winning. It's about a winning spirit, a fighter spirit, a warrior spirit. Like we want to see, in movies, when it's a big fight scene, it's like a big old war is breaking out and the music is playing. They got some South African, some corny, super motivational, sad music that they have in the background and slow motion scenes. But you see that one dude, he gets shot in the back with an arrow. And it's like, and then they slice him across the chest and then they stab him 5 more times. And he's slow motion. You're just like, dang, he's going to die. Nobody can take those kind of hits. And then he stands up and he keeps, and he takes out 5 more people. That's what we want in our sports. We don't watch war like that no more. We need that in our sports, a competition, people going head to head and people that are willing to do anything to get the W. Now, Tom Brady, that's a real champion to me. He's been to the bowl set 10 times, and he's won 7 in them Jones. Like, the way that people will try to say that he is, the discussion is him and Jordan, him and Jordan, him and Jordan. If I hear anybody compared to Jordan in the NBA that's got like 4 losses on their belt, maybe even more, I ain't saying no names, and you trying to compare that to greatness, these sports journalists are out of their mind, man. They should be they should lose their jobs. Nah, let me stop. I keep forcing it. They shouldn't lose their jobs, but like, we just have to be able to have an open conversation. You can't just be like, oh, I'm just going to say whatever I feel like it and then just like get off the air. It's like, what is the point of even speaking if you're not even trying to? I mean, the priorities are different, man. It's like, well, it doesn't matter if this person hasn't won. They're able to do this and do that really well. And this person's not able to do this. So this person's great. It's just like that. Rings, W's, victories. No moral victories. No, well, at least we played well together. Bump that. We do that in our regular life. All right? That's what we do in our regular life. We have a job. We can't stand our boss. We can't stand our coworker, whatever. But you know what? We work well together. We make sure we do what we got to do to make ends meet and make sure that the job, keeps running without a hitch. That's not sports. That's not professional sports. Professional sports is about winning. So I don't want to hear none of this stuff about comparing people. Nah, Brady is in rare air, okay? He went through Breeze, he went through Rodgers, and he went through Mahomes. It's like past, present, and future, almost. He's like, and he did that, running the gauntlet, like, to win his 7th. So I'm not going to harp on that for forever, but it's just like, I just don't understand how some of these people can just get on TV and just say crazy stuff. They can call somebody like that a bum. For real? You should have more respect when you talk about champions, man. I don't mean people that won once. I'm talking about champions. Y'all know the difference between somebody that won because one year somebody got injured or something. Y'all know the difference between that and somebody who, whenever given an opportunity to get that W, they're going to throw their own mama on the train. Now, I am not condoning throwing mamas on train tracks. But if you seen a dude do that to get a W, he just ain't the same. That's not the same animal as a person that got smoked by the Mavs. All right, you know what? Let me move on. I'm not going to harp on it. I just got to get that out of my system. Y'all heard about this Gorilla Glue girl? I'm late on all these topics. I know these topics have probably gone around for like 5,000 hours and iterations on Twitter and Instagram and stuff. But for those of the uninitiated, essentially this girl was doing her hair with her cousin or something like that. And I guess she was using some hairspray that keeps her hair in place. And so she decided to use this other spray that she found called Gorilla Glue. She sprayed that on her head, and now she pretty much got Tom Brady's helmet on her dome piece. I mean, her hair, her scalp, the follicles, all of that is just merged into one layer. I have no idea how they're going to get that off. Like I feel like they're going to have to peel that. You know what I mean? They say she's been in the hospital, this and that, but like for like a month. If you go to the hospital and they don't let you go in the first couple of days, like that means they're trying to figure out, they're getting in the room with other like-minded people and they're trying to figure out what kind of experimental activity do we need to do to help this person out, because all the things that we thought about in these first couple of days did not work. I mean, you would think it would be like water, heat, blah, 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 blah. They tried all that, man. I don't know how this situation is going to end. She might have that hairstyle for the rest of her life. Should be like a video game avatar. Just never be able to just change that look. That look is just going to be her style. I just think about the hairs on the back. You know what I mean? Because I used to, you see me, I'm a bald Adonis now, you know what I mean? Because I'm growing older, you know what I'm saying? This is a good look for this, an established gentleman. You feel me? But back in my youth, I did get my hair braided from time to time. And one of the things I remember specifically is I would just get regular cornrows all the way to the back. But I used to remember at the nape of my neck, like right in the back, where those little hairs would get tied up in the braids. Ugh! I would look down at my shoes or something like that and just feel the tug on those, and it would just be like, ugh! Torture, man. If her hair is doing that in the back with that glue, oh my gosh, you better believe she's not looking down ever. She can't. Now I heard she opened up a GoFundMe, and there's 12, like last I saw was like 12 G's on a GoFundMe, which, she's saying it's for her hospital bills. Again, they're starting to do some experimental activity, so who knows what this bill is going to balloon to. So you got to at least give it that, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's the best thing about the donation stuff, is just that there's a lot of people in this world that don't mind stretching out and just giving somebody $10 here, there, you know what I mean? But so like, cool, she put that out to the world, and the world is trying to help her out of this situation to the tune of like 12 racks, something like that. But then I heard she was getting all these interviews on TV, and I'm just like, okay, well, I mean, I guess that makes sense. I guess that makes sense, perhaps, on a show like Wendy Williams or something, maybe. But like I talked about in my last live about that dude, that quadriplegic who can feed himself now because of using his thoughts. His prosthetic arms are connected to his brain, and he's able to feed himself. Why is he not making the rounds? Why doesn't he have some kind of fund where people are giving him crazy amounts of money for the plight of his situation? I mean, his situation was an accident. It's not like he sprayed his arms with Gorilla Glue and then all of a sudden they disappeared. And I'm not making light of her situation or his situation, but I'm just talking facts. Like, so she gets like this tour so that she can explain to news people like what she did. And I'll be honest with you, the video shows exactly what she did. She was getting her hair done. She sprayed her head with perhaps the most strongest glue in human history. I mean, anybody that saw that bottle when she first put that on the screen knew exactly what was going to happen. Catastrophe. So I don't really know what else she has to explain. I mean, but she's on this tour. She's doing all this news things. It's just like, okay, there's other people that we can talk about. Okay, let that slide. But then I heard she got verified on social media. For real? I don't know if I should look down or look directly into the lens. Yeah, I mean, y'all can tell me exactly which one looks better, but for real? Verified? Something just don't feel right about that, man. Yo, I got my boy Mike Tony. You can find him on Instagram as Mike Tony Designs. My boy Mike Tony has like 72,000 followers on Instagram, not verified. He actually in college, he had a clothing line, a clothing store, an actual storefront that he created, built, and ran on Boston's Newbury Street. And if you don't know Newbury Street, it's like one of our wealthy streets of Boston. It's ultimate shopping. There's like kind of crazy stuff. It's just wild. It's just like that's where people go to drop some bread. He had that in college, while people are, people are just out, hungover from this, hungover from that, walking into their class, their physics class in their pajamas. People are doing that. He's running his own business and his clothing line in college. He's just that type of dude. He audibled and started drawing. He wanted to make black anime characters. So he started drawing, learned how to draw. His initial drawings were whack. His drawings now, God tier, my dude. How God tier? Marvel even asked him to do some stuff for their promotion for Marvel films, for Avengers type stuff. Do you hear me? Not verified. For those of you that can't see and they're just listening in, I took a big sip of my hot chocolate because I feel some type of way. Not verified. My other boy, Tory Bullock, he got over 12,000 signatures in the Boston area and sparked a statewide conversation about historic statues that we have in Boston, where they have their place, their meaning, places to put them, places to have them, where people can appreciate them, where people can where people can not see things that are offending them, where people can speak out about things that are offending them, and maybe people didn't really know was, he over 12,000 signatures. I don't know anybody of y'all that are listening in that have gotten signatures or raised money. That's a hard thing to do. 12,000 sounds to me like there's a huge group of people that needed a service like that. So he started that conversation, got 12,000 signatures to do so, and he did it in a way which I personally just have to applaud. He went about it through the city. He did the whole thing. He did the thing that people just be pooping on. He got the signatures. He did the legwork. He talked to people. He got to know what people's thoughts were, what people's feelings were. He did a lot of videos about it. He marketed it. And he brought it to the state officials. He brought it to city officials. And we had like open discussions over Zoom where people from all over the state could chime in and talk directly, face to city officials about this issue that we were facing. And the city didn't give him credit for it. They put in newspapers that the city came up with the idea, which is funny because the whole situation is about racial inequality, and they took a black dude's idea and then just acted like it never happened, and then they took the ownership of it. Sounds very interesting to me. But he didn't just run out there and just start throwing tomatoes at the statue. He didn't run out there with a chainsaw and cut it in half and then started the conversation. Like everybody says, Colin Kaepernick didn't do the right thing because he knelt. Well, he did the right thing. He got 12,000 signatures. Not verified. Because that's not important, right? Yo, my boy Nick Walker, these are all people from my hometown, my home city. My boy Nick Walker had to get on his second Broadway show to get verified on social media. Now this girl puts Gorilla Glue in her head and she gets verified off of that? What is going on? I don't understand. I'm not mad at her. You know what I'm saying? This is the same. I mean, no, this is not the same thing because Max Kellerman actually gets on my nerves. But I'm not mad at her. Life puts you in spots sometimes and you just got to make things work. You know what I mean? And the name of the game is angling and finding a pocket somewhere. You know what I mean? It's real hard to just get into anything bottom level and then just become a success and make it work, because there's so many elements trying to screw you over, taking things from you and stuff like that. So, hey, look, she got some attention for this video. I don't know if she did it on purpose or not, but she got attention for this video. By all means, get your bread. She's going to get some sponsorship deals. She's probably going to make $100K. Might even, she might make $100K, but she might even get inside some TV shows, some movies. You just don't know. Like, Catch Me Outside, like, you feel me? Cardi B, man, she came off the stage and she made it pop. She got on TV, she made some albums, you know what I mean? She hustled. So life comes at you fast. You got to do what you got to do. Understand that. I would never judge that. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'll never judge that, but just off face value, I'm not gonna judge that. But it's like Instagram, Twitter, what are you doing? So when my boy Nick was in Motown, he wasn't verifiable. He needed to get into Motown and into Hamilton in order to get verified. True. My boy Tory getting 12,000 signatures, over 12,000, because I'm sure it ended up higher than that, and creating actual change. They moved the statue, by the way. Creating actual change in the city, which during a time, let's be honest, when that's what we're saying, right? We're saying that we're caring about diversity. We're saying we're caring about Black stories. We got that on Netflix and Hulu and all this, Black stories. Here go a Black story with a young man out here just with nothing, doing what he got to do for what he feels is right and going about it the right way. Not rewarded. Mike Tony. I mean, I got 2,000 followers on Instagram. I worked hard for that 2,000 followers on Instagram. You know what I mean? Like, on the occasion, I have some people to see that 2,000 followers. They'd be like, "Oh shoot, you famous!" They start following me new. It's like, "Oh my gosh, 2,000 followers!" And I'm just like, I'm working my whole life for this 2,000 followers. I'm doing my man got 72K. And a lot of that is because his drawings have become God tier. He's done work with Marvel and with other actors in the Marvel universe. I'm not going to say names because I'm not going to put his whole business out there. But my dude is official, about as official as you can possibly be. No verification. Shorty sprays her face with glue, and here we go. She verified. She gets access to whatever the verified thing is. It's just like, what is that? Again, I'm not trying to take away her verification. I hope she gets as much bread as she could possibly get, but she's getting bread because she put glue in her head. She's getting bread because she put glue in her head. My boys need to get verified, yo. I mean, Nick's verified now because he's Hamilton's, personally, in my opinion, Hamilton's greatest performer that they've had. I mean, all of them, including Lin-Manuel Miranda, including the creator. Nick Walker's supreme. But it's just, why does it take so much effort for to get verified? For a dude to get verified? I don't know. I'd be sending that verification request to Instagram every Tuesday afternoon. Yo, they even wrote to me the last time I did it. They actually sent me a notification direct, and they said, "My nigga, I'm gonna need you to stop sending this." They actually said those words exactly. They called me nigga, and I didn't even report them for that because they were right. I've asked so many times and got rejected so many times, and I'm sure my boy Mike Tony have as well, and just rejected. I'm like, little did we know. All we had to do was just straight coon out there, buffoon out there. I meant to say buffoon out there. Coon just came out. I didn't mean to say coon because I didn't think she was cooning. She definitely. I don't think there was nothing cooning about what she did, and maybe even nothing buffoon about what she did because the way it was perceived is that it was an accident. If it's an accident, it is what it is. I mean, if she's ignorant to know that the spray is the spray, you know what I mean? Like if they got I don't know nothing about girls' hair, so I completely open myself up to the idea that there's probably some type of glue that girls naturally put in their hair. That like, so someone who, if someone was just given a box of different types of glue sprays, that they may not actually know the difference between Gorilla Glue and what are the other. I don't know if there's other glue spray. I never even heard of glue spray. I didn't even know Gorilla Glue made glue spray. I mean, let's just put it like that. If she did it on purpose, it's just, she got a bag. But what are these social media apps doing? Why are we putting her on TV and putting her on all these shows when we got so many other real stories? To the listeners, pointing to the mind. Always got to think about that kind of stuff. You always got to keep that stuff in mind. I mean, I'm not saying I have all the answers, but I definitely got some questions. God dang, that's a good sentence. I may not have all the answers, but God dang it, I got a lot of good questions. Oh man, I need to like hire somebody to make some good phrases for me. Oh man, so it's been 30 minutes already, so I think I'm about to wrap this up. Oh, by the way, I released my debut single this past week called I Might Be. I started producing music, and it's an instrumental. I shouldn't say instrumental because it's not meant to have lyrics on it necessarily. So it's just my song, which can be found on Spotify, YouTube, Tidal, all that stuff. And it got like, I think like the most likes I ever got on anything on IG was maybe like 400 or 500, and this one has like 3,500 likes on it on IG right now. The streams went up past like 300 streams. And I got a lot of good hits on my website too. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that listened to my track and, you know, supporting the wave right now. You know what I mean? Especially those people there are some people that have been following this channel from day one. And if you have been following this channel from day one, you've seen me go through some things. I mean, nothing bad, but I'm just saying, you've seen me go through a couple different looks as to what kind of content I want to make and what kind of creator I want to be, what kind of artist I want to be. Even how I perceive art, how I define it, how I create it, all that stuff changes and evolves over time. And for some of you, you've seen a lot of that evolution. And so I just want to thank y'all, the ones that have been here for a grip. And I do want to thank all of my newcomers, people that are listening to me for the first time, giving my IG a like, my page a look over, and looking at my videos and stuff like that on YouTube. I just want to say I appreciate y'all. It feels good to wake up and to see 100 likes on a post of something that I created and something I worked for. It feels good to wake up and see 100 new streams on something I created and something I worked for. So I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you to everybody that participated. What's your top 5, everybody? I gave you my top 5.5. What's y'all's? I don't know why. Yeah, whatever. I'll get to that one after. This has been real, y'all. I've had a great time, like always. Whoever that one person is that stuck with me the entire way, you're like a real one. I don't know who you are. I wish you would. You know what? I will say this. I've done 4 streams now, this one included, from all different platforms, Twitch, YouTube, Periscope. And there's always been one person that has remained in the room from top to bottom. I don't know who that is. Somebody eyeing me, and they don't talk in the chat ever. If I disappear, man, y'all need to help me find out who that one person is, because I guarantee you that's who that person is. But I ain't getting kidnapped. Who we talking about? All right, y'all. This has been real. Thank you once again for coming to Mikeys 4 a.m. Night Audit. Y'all stay real out there. Keep it. What is it? Keep it gully. Keep it grimy. Keep it classy. Keep it fresh. Stay up. Here we go again, messing it up. Because I didn't time it right. Your stream will stop immediately and you will no longer go live. Oh, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to end stream. All right, y'all. Peace out.